Hi everyone, and welcome to Bradford Cat Watch Rescue's story time. And we are also going to be doing a cosy prize draw just after story time, and that is for the Echo Show, the Vicky Hall signed book. There's some candles behind those chocolates there, and lots of chocolates, and it's all been gift wrapped. So Mr Tumble here has chosen tonight's story, and it's called Little Rabbit Couldn't Sleep. And I think he chose this story because he has problems sleeping. He wakes up in his little cot at the end of my bed, and he wakes up several times a night and cries until I pick him up and pop him into my bed. So he's a little bit cheeky, but as you can see, he's already tucked up in my bed. And we've got his little storybook here. He doesn't look like he's going to be going to sleep anytime soon. So if there's any children watching, don't be like Mr Tumble, because he's a little bit naughty. He's got his toys. Oh, yeah. But he's getting ever so big now. He's getting a big boy. So we're going to read Little Rabbit Couldn't Sleep. I'm just going to reposition my book so it's a bit easier. There we are. Little Rabbit couldn't sleep. In the day, the sun is there, warm and bright. But when the night comes, the sky hangs low, dark and empty. If I fall asleep now, there'll be no one watching over me, thought Little Rabbit. I'll just have to wait for the moon. So he did just that. He watches over you, Mr Tumble, when you're sleeping. He watches over you. The trouble with being so sleepy was that he didn't know exactly when the moon would come. More time passed, and the moon still hadn't come. He thought he had better ask someone how much longer he may have to wait. He looks like he's falling asleep there. You're looking, Mr Tumble, that's what you need to do, is fall asleep. No? Okay. This is my first day ever, said a small flower in the fields. Maybe I will have grown into a tree by the time your moon comes. That sounded like an awfully long time. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. Enjoying the story, Mr Tumble? Look deep into the water, shimmered a little lake nearby. Maybe your moon has fallen in and can't get out. That didn't sound like what he wanted to hear. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. Why don't you walk with me? Twisted a long and winding path. We can find out where I'm leading, and maybe your moon is at the other end. That sounded like it might be a long way. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. Enjoying this, Mr Tumble? I've just blown into these parts, breezed a wind that had just picked up. Who knows, I might be a big, fierce storm by the time your moon comes. That didn't sound like something he wanted to wait for. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. What would you say, Mr Tumble? We can't see your moon yet, rumbled the great rolling hills. And we can see far into the distance from up here. That didn't sound very promising. Little Rabbit began to think that the moon might never come, and he was getting awfully tired. Are you getting tired, Mr Tumble? I'll take that as a no. And then, from behind the hills, carried by the wind, along the twists of the path, reflected in the lake and the shining petals of a small flower, the most perfect moon slid into the night sky. You watching, Mr Tumble? But little Rabbit had fallen asleep, dreaming of the moon that would watch over him through the night. So there you go, Mr Tumble. You don't need to get into bed with me. That moon will look after you. It's not scary going to bed. Are you listening? Are you choosing not to? Right, Mr Tumble, we've got an important job to do now. We've got to do this prize draw. So, we are drawing tonight, one night late, this beautifully wrapped with love little hamper. It's got an Echo show in it. It's got some candles. It's got a book signed by Vicky Halls and quite a few chocolates, because I think we're coming into chocolate season now. And our prize draw this time, we're doing slightly different. So everyone who's bought a ticket will be on this list. So we have sold 131 tickets, okay? So you've all got a number. You can see them. You've all been allocated a number by Helen, one of our volunteers. She's been working on this all week. And we are going to do a number generator. So if you look on this screen here, we have got number 1 to 131. And providing technology doesn't beat me, which it often does, we are going to spin this wheel and do this prize draw. Whoops. And the winner is number 87. So let's have a look on our list and find number 87 somewhere. Here we are. It'll be on this page. So the winner is Leanne Wilson. So congratulations, Leanne. I will get in touch with you, or you can drop me a message to arrange to come and collect your prize. Congratulations. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And for the hamper draw. And of course, Mr Tumble. And next week, we will hopefully do story time on Sunday, where we are going to have a really special story all about getting ready for Christmas. So we will see you then. Take care and look after yourselves. And thank you for joining us. And thank you to everyone for your support who bought raffle tickets. We're going to be doing another raffle later in the week. I think we've got a couple of prizes up this week. I think we've got a beer hamper and I think we've got a food hamper, both donated by different Morrison stores. So look out for that later in the week and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Night night. Put that tongue away, silly boy. Night night.